Welcome to freedomalcohol.com. This is Sam French. I hope this finds you well. You join me here, week 21 of the life videos, and today I want to talk about what's stopping you quitting. Why? Why is it taking so much to get you to stop quitting? From my experience, this is one of the most difficult things when we think about quitting alcohol, and that is getting that lockdown date and actually sticking to it. I recall when I started out on my journey in January 2015 that it was a very difficult thing. I felt locked into a cycle of drinking. I felt trapped. I felt imprisoned in my cell without a key to get out. When actually what I needed to realise was that key is actually quite simple. That key is about just doing it, about actioning it and making a decision and then going for it to go free from alcohol. Now, this video is not aimed at somebody who knows that by stopping drinking they're going to have a severe withdrawal, or it's going to be dangerous or life-threatening or have severe consequences on health. It's aimed at somebody who knows that when they go free from alcohol, yes, they might have a little bit of discomfort when they stop, but actually they know that they've done it before possibly, and they know that they're going to be okay coming out the other side. If you are at all in doubt, then don't do it. Go and get some professional help. Seek somebody who knows what they're doing from a professional place. But if you are one of these people that is just struggling to lock down that date and you keep making reasons why, then I'd like to just share with you, as I have a little bit in my 10 points on my blog this week, how to go about quitting and locking down that date. So I think the important thing to realise is that you are locked in a cycle for two key reasons. Number one is the chemical and physical addiction to alcohol, and if you've been drinking a long time, there is absolutely no question that you have possibly and quite literally changed the chemical makeup of your body, your brain, and how this works. Now again, I am not an expert on this, but I've read enough to know that when you drink alcohol for a long time, it does alter your makeup, and therefore it does make it tricky in those early days and weeks to quit. But it doesn't have to be unachievable. So that's number one. You're going to have that side of it. And the second side of it, which I believe is even bigger than the first side, is the behaviour. You have worked yourself into a behaviour and a routine of drinking every single day. And what you're going to have to do initially in those first few hours and days is change these two areas. So how do you go about doing this? Well, I'll tell you from my experience. I locked down a date, and when you do this, I would suggest that you don't make it absolutely impossible. So by that I mean you're not going to do a lockdown date if it is your birthday in the next couple of days. Don't go and do it if it's your birthday in the next couple of days. It's really not going to help you. If you're on the doorstep of Christmas and you're visiting lots of friends and family and alcohol is part of that, don't do it then either. Give yourself a fighting chance. But don't, for goodness sake, don't put it off and off and off. So your lockdown date ideally needs to be within a week, at the most within 2 weeks of you deciding to quit alcohol. Now the second bit for me is about letting those around you, just the key people, perhaps just one person, your other half, or somebody that you feel is going to help you in just being there and letting them know, more as a matter of courtesy than anything else, that you're going to quit. You're going to need that support. You might be a little bit grumpy. You're going to be going through some big emotions. They are really not going to give a shit. So you need to let that key person know. And the other reason for that is that you might have let them down in the past when you quit before. So as a matter of courtesy, let them know that you're going to give it another shot and that you're meaning to do it. So get that lock date down. Let those key people around you know that you're going to go for it. And then be prepared. Be prepared that initially it is going to take a little bit of willpower and preparation So we're just talking in the short term here. So the preparation is that you need to be ready to expect perhaps just a few withdrawal symptoms. For me, it was just something a bit flu-like, I suppose I'd describe it as. A little bit of discomfort, a little bit of feeling of ill at ease. I got my first headache that I'd had in probably 12 months. So you will experience this in the first 1 or 2 days. After all, you're changing a habit which has been there for possibly years for some of you. So be prepared for this and look after yourself in those first few days and hours. Drink plenty of water, eat well. If you want to have a load of junk, have it, to be honest. That's my take on it. That was my experience in the first few days. But look after yourself. And if you can get water and healthy food in, all the better. So that's your next thing to do. Make sure you're prepped with that. Now, I've also put on the website about having perhaps some vitamins as well in terms of supplement. Again, it's proven that vitamin B is something that becomes a bit of a deficiency, and other areas as well for those people who have problems with drinking. So perhaps a bit of a multivitamin in there as well on a daily basis might just help you and that biological change that's happened to your makeup as a result of your drinking. So get that in your diet as well. And again, as advice, if you're not sure if you're taking other medicines or whatever else and you're not sure, go and ask a doctor. They're the experts, not me. So you're looking after yourself, you've got your date down in the diary, you're making it happen, you let those around you know that it's going to happen. Now celebrate. It is so important from a mindset perspective, and I've talked about this before, that you see this quit as a benefit to you. I promise you that if you do see alcohol as more of a benefit to you than not, then this isn't going to work. You have to be in a place where you know that going free from alcohol is the only option for you, and that it's going to have a positive benefit on your life. Celebrate it. You are about to do something really special. You are about to take something out of your life that has been restricting you, restricting your abilities at home possibly, restricting your abilities in relationships, your mind, your mental capacity in so many ways, and you are starting to remove it. And I'm not saying that it's going to be easy, and I'm not saying that you're not going to get cravings. You might, well, some people don't, so there's a positive to look at. You might be one of those people who doesn't get cravings, but when you stop, just celebrate it. This is a special time, especially if you haven't done it. And you are going to find yourself with time on your hands. And that time may well feel like a massive big volcano crate in the ground. So get ready and be prepared to fill it in those first few days and hours of going free. You're going to need to identify things to do to possibly distract you, or even better, things that you enjoy doing. So are you going to need to go for a walk when you used to have that drink at 5:30 p.m. or 6 p.m. or whatever? Are you going to need to do a bit of light exercise? Are you going to need to engage and go somewhere different or change your environment? These are things that I would recommend that you consider, and I certainly did that in my first few days, hours, in terms of going free from alcohol. During the first 2 days, it will and may be tough. It will get better in day 3 and 4, and you will continue to improve in days 5 to 7. And I hope that you feel positive about this. Those are my key steps and my key learning points that I've had during my freedom from alcohol journey, and I hope that they serve you. They're not going to get you through being free from alcohol forever, and I would say to you that when you quit, just focus on the present. Try not to think too much about the forever word, which is a difficult thing to do. I hope that serves you in your first few days and weeks, and if you can get past those first few days and weeks, then it will definitely give you the opportunity to think about what you need to do longer term and those longer term goals. So for information on that, please have a look back through the old blogs and my initial posts from January and February to help you with setting those longer term goals and motivations. Thank you for listening to freedomalcohol.com. My name is Sam French. You can also get me at freedomalcohol on Twitter, and I'll talk to you all again soon next week.